Um, as I was saying, um, I was dealing with bullying from teachers too. Um, Being in special education was really degrading. Um, you were held back quite a bit, um, and and to this day, um, my math sucks terribly because of that. Um, I tried talking to my teachers about doing those hard math classes like algebra, no, like like calculus and all that stuff, um, arithmetic, all that. Um, but they didn't even allow me the idea, or they didn't even allow me to. Like they're just like, no, there's no way you could do it. You're not that smart. You would fail. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, well, I want to have. If I fail, I want to have the dignity to at least try. You're not giving me the chance to. You know what I mean? I want to learn something. But I never did. Um, I did drop special education after that, though. I was done with them. Um, so I left them. I was done with them. I took mainstream classes for the rest of the time, but of course they were a little bit more easier classes, and I didn't need any assistance or anything. So, um, but again, I haven't. I'm not that great with math. All right, and I'm gonna tell you right now, because of my teachers holding me back, I'm not. I'm at a sixth grade level with math. So what does that tell you? Um, I'm at a very low, just primary math. Um, but over time that I've been out of school, I've been able to learn a little bit more, and my brother's given me some math books that I can go over and work on. So I've been doing that too. But anyways, that was really tough. Um, the people that you look to or that you think will help you, just it didn't help. Um, and so after all that, after losing my grandpa, my grandma, being bullied by my teachers, being chubby, I was a little chubby. I'm not gonna lie. That's because I was depressed in middle school and all that, and I started starving myself. Um, Sorry. Um, I did eat, but I ate very little. I ate odd hours, and if I did eat, it would be junk food. On top of that, I would walk everywhere. I'd bike, so I'd be doing some sort of exercises, but not the good exercise. I mean, any exercise is good, but I wasn't eating healthy. Um, and so I started starving myself. Um, for 2 weeks, I didn't eat anything. Um, I drank soda, I drank water. Um, I tried eating, but then my my metabolism changed, so I was not eating a whole lot. Um, I was physically changing, um, losing a lot of weight. Um, I went to my doctors and they weighed me. I was 140 pounds at ninth grade, and that's um, pretty much anorexia for guys, or at least that age. Um, I was discolored in my skin, white. I mean, my family saw that. Friends of mine who were around me 24/7 saw that. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, depression, um, if you don't seek help or talk to anybody about it, and at that time, as you can tell, I didn't do that. I didn't talk to anybody, and so I started physically harming myself. Um, and it wasn't until my doctor said, you need to get back into this. You got to start eating. If you don't, you can easily die. Your body will start eating itself. Um, and I also started fainting. Um, some friends of mine from school would know that they were there. I remember one a couple occurrences. We went on field trips, and there was one where we were taking a group photo. I don't remember where it was at, but it was in front of a display case, and I remember leaning on a friend of mine because I felt really dehydrated. I was really hot, um, temperature wise. Um, and so I was just leaning on my buddy because I felt really lightheaded, and I thought he would like keep me up. And that was when I faded. I woke up on the ground. Everybody was over me, not over me, but like making sure I was okay, yelling at me. Um, I get up, I start drinking water, and my friend who I was leaning on said, um, "I I I thought you were okay. I mean, you were kind of leaning on me. You seemed okay. I moved back, and you fell forward and hit your head. You hit your you no, you fell back and hit your head really hard." I was like, "Well, thanks for catching me, dude." But anyways, there was a few occurrences of that happening. Um, um, and so after that year, or after that, after talking to my doctor, um, my my I I was just really bad, um, and I was going to commit suicide. Um, I went to go to a bridge. There's a certain bridge that we had to cross to get to my house, or to get to the road to my house. And so I went across that bridge. I walked up to the rail, standing on the side of it, and I was going to go on the other side. And um, so as I was saying, no, all right, fine, you can get in the picture. I'm talking here. Um, so I went up to the bridge, um, and I grabbed the rail. Stop. Um, I put my foot up on the side, kind of like a ledge, and I was going to go over the bridge, over the rail, and I was going to jump. I was going to commit suicide. And this is right above traffic. It was um, uh, one of the major freeways there, 36. Um, I'm talking here. Sorry, that's my dog. Um, she likes to steal the spotlight here. Um, anyways, I grabbed the rail. I put my foot up on the thing, and I was going to put my other foot over it, and I was going to jump. Um, I stopped for a minute and stop. Um, I said that if there is a God, and believe me, I mean, I heard of God because of my family, but after all the bullying and losing my grandparents and other stuff going on, I needed physical proof of his existence. Stop, please. Um, and called out to him. He spoke to me. Sorry, you probably didn't hear the last few parts, few minutes of that. I was put my hand on the rail. I put my foot up on the siding, kind of thing. It's like a rest where you can kind of sit on, I guess. I was gonna go over the rail and I was going to commit suicide. I was at my end. I really couldn't. I was really depressed, really sad, really down. Um, Stop. Um, and I prayed to God. I said to God, I've heard about you. I've tried believing in you personally, but after all this, I'm not sure what to believe, and so I need proof. And I didn't see him, but I heard him. I heard his voice. It, it was just, it was a voice that it's not, you don't particularly hear. It was not like Morgan Freeman's voice, but you know, deep enough, and obviously made it very clear enough to where it was him. And he spoke to me and said that I'm here. I've always been here. That everything happens for a reason, and despite all the pain that you've gone through, I've gone through it with you, and that from here on out, it's only going to get better. But if you commit suicide, that makes it worse for yourself because there's no end to your pain there, and then your family has to deal with that. Um, and at ninth grade, after all this bullying, after physically harming myself, uh, nothing was changing. It didn't. It didn't feel there was no good out of that, or no good coming. Um, but God spoke to me, so obviously I trusted that. So I get off the ledge. I start walking. I walk home. I'm literally bawling my eyes out for the rest of the time as I'm walking home. I get home. I go upstairs to my room. Um, I sit in the corner. I'm just looking at the wall. Um, and I BD. Um, my dad comes home early from a long day at work, and he actually came home early that day, so I'm glad he did. So who knows what would have happened if he didn't. Came home, um, heard me crying, I guess. Came up and saw me bawling my eyes out. Asked me what was going on, and I told him. Told him everything. Everything that happened in sixth grade. Everything. I mean, he knew. I mean, he was dealing with losing his mom and his dad. And stop with the paw. Um, Guys, we're gonna have to continue this in another video. I'm really sorry.